Welcome back to Living Dayton. Hope you're enjoying your Monday afternoon. Have a question for you. Is stress or menopause preventing you from sleeping? Dr. Roz is here with more on the culprits behind your insomnia and how we can get a better night's rest, right?
Right.
Welcome.
Exactly. It's good to be here.
It's great to have you here on a Monday. You're always kind of giving us the latest and greatest on ways we can improve our health. We're talking menopause and sleeping today.
Yeah, and stress, because is it all related? That's the question. And sometimes just your lack of hormones can accelerate the stressors that you have.
Okay.
And we're all stressed.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's taking care of a loved one, your job, the washer machine broke, whatever. You know, when your hormones are not balanced, it can accelerate the response that you give when something happens.
So progesterone, we want to talk about that one first.
Well, progesterone, it's a natural hormone that we produce, but in the perimenopausal years, that level tends to go down, and eventually it's down and you have nothing. But progesterone helps with sleeping, it helps with your mood, and so when I say that, there's other things that you look at when you're stressed. You know, you have to consider, like, are hormones, for me, you know, should I have my hormone levels checked? Is my response to stressors that happen considered normal, or is it accelerated because I don't have hormones on board?
Sure. Tell us about estrogen as the next one.
Same with estrogen. You know, estrogen, you know, as well as progesterone, can stimulate GABA. That's a neurotransmitter in our brain.
Okay.
And GABA is like that tranquilizing effect, that calming effect, and estrogen does the same thing. And so again, when we don't have those, that's when we, you know, some have been called a witch or whatever. We just got through Halloween, but you know, let's not be called a witch
Still
for
wearing
something
that hat.
else. Right. We don't want to wear that hat all the time. That's the thing. And so by looking at your hormone levels to see, you know, can I raise my estrogen level, my progesterone levels, and other hormones so that you don't have that response that you don't necessarily want to have.
Makes a lot of sense. Cortisol, let's talk about that one.
Cortisol, that's the main stress hormone produced by your adrenal gland, and what happens with that, we often can burn that one out. We're responding to stressors that happen in life. It's a normal thing that happens, but when the stimulus is so much, when we overwork our adrenal gland and that cortisol level just decreases, then you have nothing. And so nothing really bothers you, and that can be stressful in itself. You have no energy, you can't sleep. Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons to check those levels. The same for melatonin. Okay. Melatonin is a hormone that's produced when you are asleep. You know, actually when you're sleeping, that's when that one's produced. But if you're not sleeping, then that's a problem. If you're not sleeping because you're stressed. And are you stressed because your hormones aren't balanced? It's a combination of things.
Kind of a big cycle.
It's a huge cycle. And so you have to balance everything. And it's not just hormones, it's diet, it's situations. It's just, are you taking care of you? You know, are you taking care of everybody else? And so you're so stressed out because you're taking care of everybody else, and then you have nothing for you when you really need it, and so you don't respond to something so aggressively, and it's magnified when it's something so little.
Something small.
Yes.
Real quick, we've got about 10 seconds, the thyroid hormone.
Yeah, thyroid hormone, I consider the thyroid like a regulator of all that's going on.
Sure.
It helps with our metabolism. That's one that we often look at, you know, when you can't sleep or you're bleeding irregularly, you can't lose weight. That's a common one that we look at as well. And so it's very important to look at the thyroid level when women present with all kinds of symptoms. You know, look at the thyroid.
Look at the thyroid. Excellent tips as usual from you. Where do we find you, Dr. Roz?
Well, you can find more information on info@drrozmd.com. Lots of information to share.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here.